Alright, so once you have everything cut, what we're going to want to do is make a length of the table at a time. So it's going to look kind of like this from the side. So this is going to be the length of the table. So here we have our heights, our 18-inch pieces, and here we have our side molding, which is 38 inches. So you're going to want to place one at the top of each. So this is going to be the top of the table. It's going to come out like this. And then the bottom of the table, you want to leave a little spacing. It's up to you how much you want to do. I think I probably have 1.5 inches here. On the same on both sides. And this is going to be the bottom shelf of the table coming out right like that. And so remember, on each joint you're going to want to put some wood glue at every single joint. That applies to everything we're going to do throughout this video. And so then what you're going to do is make some pocket holes. So if you don't want to do pocket holes, if you don't mind screws or bolts showing, you can do that, but this looks nicer. But of course you have to buy this Kreg jig, which is about $100. And so here I'm just going to drill in, right through these holes, make some nice little holes that you can put screws right into just like that. Those aren't all the way in, and so it won't show. And so we'll get to it. We're using these 2.5-inch coarse thread number 8 square drive to zip in here. So once you're done with that, we should have our 2 lengthwise frame pieces. So we got one, and here's the other. So what we're going to want to do next is take our 17-inch boards. These are our width pieces. And we're going to line them up. There should be 4 of them, like this. So one here, one here. You want to make sure that it's level right here and right here. So that way we have a level table and shelf. And so you're going to want to drill the holes underneath, so that way you don't see them. So this is going to be kind of the inside of the table because I have the holes here. And then we're going to match up the other part of the frame. Alright, so now we've got the main frame of it assembled, as you can tell. So what we're going to move on to next is building the top. So we've got here our 2x6 by 48 inch boards. So I just chose that kind of arbitrarily, 48 inches for the length of my table. You can adjust, you can make it longer or shorter, but just know that if you adjust that, you've got to also adjust your side molding length, which for me was 38 inches, and you probably want to adjust your width too. And also you could adjust your height as much as you want, so yeah. All of these dimensions that I'm giving you are kind of arbitrary. But so what we're going to do now to assemble the top is I have these 4 2x6 by 48s. I'm going to use wood glue along the seams and put pocket holes going this way. Probably like 2 and 2, or maybe 6. We'll see. And we'll put them all together and then kind of put it on top. Right here, we're done assembling the top. We've got everything upside down. So now what we want to do is screw in the top to the frame. So I've got the frame upside down too. So what I'm thinking about doing is drilling probably 2 pocket holes on each of the side moldings. So I marked it with pencil a little bit. So just 4 screws there, and then I'm just going to drill some screws straight in, or I'm going to try to. 2 here and 2 there. So I'm going to put in a total of 8 screws and screw the table to the frame. Let's see how it goes. So as you just saw, we just put some 3-inch screws under here, put them in right there. So we've got 8 screws in total holding the table. So now what we're going to move on to is making the bottom shelf. So we've got our 1x6 by 38-inch things right here, and we're going to put it together the same way we put the top. We're going to put wood glue and put pocket holes and screw the 3 of them together. If you couldn't tell by looking at this, I messed up here. I forgot about the nominal size of the board, so when you buy something called a 1x6, it isn't really 6 inches. So make sure that you match up. So like I did, if you're, instead of using plywood, zipping 3 different boards together, make sure that they equal the length of your width piece, which for me was 17 inches. So you want to make sure that these equal 17 inches. So clearly this didn't work out so well, but you know, it'll hold stuff, it just won't look pretty. So I'm going to keep it, I don't really care. So now we're all done besides the stain. So I've got some shellac here, and all I did was stir it, and I'm going to apply 2 thin coats over the entire table.